Seems like everybody after 1-2 games of struggle seems to be coming back into form. That's the beauty of a 5-match series, because we all thought that, okay, Abhishek Sharma not in form in the first game, he comes back with 100 in the second. You look at Rituraj Gaikwad, did not do well in the first game, now has done well in 2 consecutive games. The only piece of the jigsaw puzzle that had to be fit in was Shubman Gill.
The captain, the stand-in captain for this particular series.
And he's responded with a 66 of 49, although this is a pitch which is unlike the first game, unlike the second game. It's the middle ground where it is not that easy for stroke making. But then in the first 6 overs, we thought, man, they are going great guns. 2.2, I remember they were 31. Then they slowed down.
I think what happens is once the ball gets a little older, maybe it gets a little tougher to bat. Because I think a lot of the batters found that once they started getting set, not the easiest of conditions either.
Yeah.
I think 180 is a good total in the conditions.
And let's look at our World Cup returnees, the World Cup winners who were in this particular squad. That if you look at it, Yashasvi Jaiswal showed intent, but he slowed down as the game progressed. You look at Sanju Samson, got a promotion ahead of Rinku Singh, and he chipped in with 12 of 7. Shivam Dubey didn't even get a chance. So we'll see how Khalil shapes up, because he's also, although he was not in the squad, he was a travelling reserves, if I'm not mistaken.
And Khalil has played the first game, remember? He was left out in the last game.
Last game, yeah. So that's why we'll see how he performs as well. So out of the 3 who have come back, 2 have gotten a chance. Yashasvi 36 of 27. Then you had Sanju Samson 12 of 7. Dubey didn't even get a chance. Although whether he'll get to bowl today, that is a different thing.
Dubey,
Yeah.
110%.
He has to because you have 4 bowling options.
You have, otherwise if you're looking at it, he's your third seam bowling option.
Yeah.
Yes.
You only have 3. So he has to bowl.
You need to get 4 overs out of Dubey and Abhishek
Or
Sharma.
maybe 2 overs each of Dubey and Abhishek Sharma.
Yeah, 4 out of both of them, however.
How
with
4
3-1.
out of both of them?
No, 4
combined
by both of them.
Maybe Abhishek did go for runs in the previous game, so he may get lesser of the
But
overs.
considering that, they do need to bowl a third spinner and they have 3 different types of spinners, then I think Abhishek may get you a couple of overs as well.
Yeah.
See, Washington Sundar hasn't also been called upon to bowl that much. May have to bowl a little bit more today, because don't forget, last time around you had a Riyan Parag in the side also. He's not there, which means today now Sundar may very well have to take up a bit more bowling.
Yeah, and the guy who bowls leg spin with an off spinning this thing, Ravi Bishnoi,
He'll be your first, he'll get all
No,
first.
he bowls off spin with a leg spinning action.
Yeah.
A googly bowler.
Googly bowler. So that's why he's been fantastic. I mean, 4 wickets in game 1 and 2 wickets in game 2. So 6 wickets in 2 games. Man, he looks, and 183. Considering they don't have to chase 230 plus, I think Zimbabwe have kind of gotten things back in this match after the start that they were. Because 10 overs, if you look at it, 10.3, 81. Then the next 10, 101. Okay, I think it is a bit over Zimbabwe's achievement what they can get, because their batting is very reliant on 1 or 2 individuals, sadly.
Exactly.
And they can't...
Innocent Kaya is also not playing.
Innocent Kaya is not playing, so there is Sikandar Raza who will have to do it. There is Wesley Madhavere who will have to chip in. But that's the problem. We saw in the previous season, Zimbabwe can go for quick runs, but
it's about,
they will lose wickets quickly.
How impressed are you guys with Rituraj Gaikwad? Because I personally have seen a really different side of Rituraj Gaikwad, because we've seen him in the couple of games that he has played till now, coming down the order and then giving an impact. So I feel that is, he's just adding more things to his game over here, and he's showing that he can play anywhere. Because in this game, when he comes at number 4 in a series of Zimbabwe also, that clearly shows that where he is in the pecking order. When it would come to when the senior players return and all of that thing. Then to adjust here, he's just sort of, making his case stronger, because the team going ahead might just look at him as a floater for even as a middle order and also a backup option. So I think this series could be could turn out to be really crucial for Rituraj Gaikwad from here.
Even for the Sri Lanka series, if he split, because the selectors are going to come in the weekend and probably they might pick the squad then. But the problem now is I see 2 things. See, you are after the retirement of Rohit and Virat, you are looking as you rightly pointed out, Shashwat, as a backup opener, number 1. But who's your number 3? Because the position where he's batting here, number 4, that's Suryakumar Yadav is going to bat. Okay, Hardik Pandya is your number 5. Then if you look at all the other things,
number 3
Aksar.
Rishabh Pant or Samson, whatever.
Yep. Now, if today, if you have to look at it, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, that is your opening batting combo. But then what happens to an Abhishek Sharma? What happens to him? Because I don't think he is a number 3. I honestly feel Rituraj is a number 3 in that sense.
I don't know. See, I again feel that Abhishek Sharma could be a really good choice for number 3 because again today also he got out while he was trying to take on the bowling. Today we got to see him. He came in really late. I think it was the 7th or the 8th over when the first wicket fell. At times it could also be situations where he has to come in the power play. So even today he went after the bowlers. We saw bad knock from with players like Abhishek Sharma. Whichever place Abhishek Sharma actually bats in, you would end up seeing him struggle many a times. But when he actually comes out and fires, he could run away with the game all alone. He could be your match winner. So at number 3, I don't think it's going to be a bad option for him because opening slot, I don't see him, coming there because the team, I know that the intent of Shubman Gill could be a concern moving ahead, but the team, I think, is still going to, back him.
I mean, see, the problem is I don't know whether Gill is your designated because this knock, he's come back to form with a 50. There's no denying that he's okay. Come back to form with many people are labeling it as slow. But I just want to look at the scorecard. What is the scorecard?
It's 134 is strike.
134. Rituraj has got the highest with 175. Okay. Now Yashasvi, 133. After starting out well, he slowed down. Abhishek Sharma couldn't get going, 111. So if you look at it, Rituraj had a blitz towards the fag end. That's why he's gotten 175. He did the same thing in the previous game also. But then, this kind of knock, 66 or 49, everybody saying, oh, that dropped catches, singles, because Zimbabwe's fielding was horrible today.
It was woeful.
3 boundaries
20 runs
conceded.
extra, I think, because of the fielding.
Exactly.
They could have restricted India at about 150-60.
Yep. But then I understand I remember one more delivery from Muzrabani. It kicked off. Gill couldn't drop his wrist and it flew over the boundary. It flew over the slip cordon for a boundary. So there is a lot of problem with if you look at how you interpret Shubman Gill's innings today. Why would everybody want to have a strike rate of 160, 170 looking at the pitch conditions at this point in time? I know there will be a lot of guys who will just go after us saying, oh, how come he's back in form? I may just want to add that, okay, a 76 or 59 won you the T20 World Cup final. It wasn't a 160, 170 strike rate. I think it was somewhat 140-ish, 76 or 59, 140, 145-ish. A 135 on a pitch that is not that easy for stroke making. I think you've got the goods necessary to win you and your bowling is also pretty good about it. I understand. There will be a big time debate as to whether Shubman should open. I honestly felt that Yashasvi and Abhishek should be your openers. No. Not Shubman. Because Shubman can be your number 3.
No, but Sidvi sir, what's the problem that would have caused? Firstly, Shubman Gill is somebody who himself, his place isn't, cemented in this side till now. Then he himself is the captain in this side. If he would have, he's the captain right now, so he would have wanted to open and make the conditions best for himself because even he needs to he's not too far away from getting dropped from the side. We have seen him getting dropped already. Yashasvi Jaiswal is above him in the pecking order. Everyone knows that. We saw that in the World Cup side itself. Now Abhishek Sharma is also knocking the doors and he's trying to cement his place. So there, if he would have left his place and come at number 3, he's a young player. He's not he's not the designated captain. He doesn't have to take this team forward and all of that. Keeping all of these things things in mind, I don't think he would. Even when Shane sir was doing the preview at that time also, I know his name was written at number 3, but I was still expecting him to open because again, he would have done himself a lot of harm if he would have come at number 3. And secondly, at the toss also, Shubman Gill said something that I felt was really odd. He came out and said that there is a lot of moisture on the wicket which should help us. In what way? Because he chose to bat first. So the moisture could have held the bowlers, not the batters, and that was clearly visible. Even somebody like a Yashasvi Jaiswal ended up playing with just a 134 strike rate. So I don't know what was the reading of the wicket and what that statement exactly meant. You have any thoughts on that?
See, the 2 wickets that Sikandar Raza got, okay, there was a bit of early moisture in the wicket. You got the extra bounce from the twin towers that you got it, Engarwa and Muzrabani. So, if you looked at Raza's wickets, both were thrown away. I mean, Jaiswal played a bad shot. Abhishek Sharma, he did the same mistake in the first T20I, got out. 2 ball duck. Here he got a 9 ball this thing. So yes, but then your best period actually came when the ball was moving around, when there was a bit of extra zip and bounce. You had a better net run rate, you had a better run rate at that time. Here, as the game progressed, it became slightly more difficult to bat on. So that is why, see, I think whatever it is, this wicket is not something where chasing will become easier.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wicket where you will see stroke making become a bit more difficult. The spinners, Zimbabwe spinners barring Sikandar Raza didn't do much. Here you got 2 spinners who can actually do the trick. Sundar with his accuracy, Bishnoi, he continues to deceive them because he bowls like a leg break guy, but his ball is coming in. So he's a googly bowler.
And he's much more quicker in the air, and then when you're quicker in the air on this wicket, I think you'd get that slow turn also.
Exactly.
So that just deceives the batters even more.
That is why I really don't know what to make of. It's a very weird kind of a wicket. There is moisture, but it's not helped the bowlers. Look at it, 8 overs, 67. By the time they would have started playing 8 overs, the moisture would have gone. Because the sun was beating down in Harare today. So it's not going to be easy for them when you look at Zimbabwe's thing. So I think we are about to start the run chase at this point. So let's just say, okay, Sanju would have scored, GGK. Sanju would have scored 100 if sent at 3. Gambhir knows his talent, makes Sanju at 3 for sure.
Not a chance is happening now.
Again, and if you look at it, Sanju at 3. See, he's batted at 3 in the IPL for Rajasthan Royals. But whether he'll get there, that is going to be very, very interesting.
Is he even going to start? If it's going to be a battle between Rishabh Pant and him, and I think to start off things with, it's always going to be Rishabh Pant.
It's going to be Rishabh Pant. Now, Parth is saying, how are you justifying 134 strike rate innings? If this was played by Rohit and Kohli, would all would have bashed them. Parth, I think...
we're not.
No. See, Parth, I think, never got the context of what we were saying.
Yeah.
We did bash Rohit and Kohli. We did. But I added a disclaimer saying that if the result comes out to be on the positive side, you can sweep it under the carpet. Virat Kohli's knock in the final, you all were sweating bullets until he was 50 or 48, 104 strike rate. The last 26 runs that he got on 11 balls made you think in hindsight, oh, it was a match winning knock.
No, and not just that, also many people have, a debating point on that is that the message was from inside to, stick there and stay there. But the problem is that in today's day and age, T20 cricket, by what, if the team is telling you to stick on the wicket, stay on the wicket and play deep, it means a strike rate of 130-40. Normally you should be playing at 60-70 strike rate. If you have to stay on the wicket, it should be 130-140. It cannot be 100-110, right? Even if you have to stay. If you have to, win. So yeah, that's...
So see, the problem is now, okay, with India's T20 World Cup win, you know what the problem has happened. Everybody will go back on the fact that, oh, we did criticize Kohli and Rohit when they were batting too slowly. And the criticism at that time was still valid. Yeah. The criticism at that time, we don't paint it as a holistic picture. We paint it according to the situation, and situations change.
And we are happy to be proven wrong, Sidvi. So we are very happy to be proven wrong.
We are also happy. I mean, there wasn't a single emotional. We were all very emotional when it happened.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were sad that India lost.
Yeah, although I added my own twist with it, saying that you need that kind of a factor to ensure you win, but there's nothing negative about it. So,
and also, let's be very clear, these are different conditions.
Yeah.
And if in a kind of a tricky two-pace kind of a wicket, which it was a little bit, I think we're not expecting everyone to be going at the same strike rate. Never gonna happen.
I mean, see, what if you score a 170 strike rate, but the team loses? We have always said team result determines your criticism and your thing. It doesn't go the other way. Yeah. Mayur Kashyap was saying, after Bridgetown, Even Durban test was nightmare in 1996. I couldn't believe that India were all out for 100 after SA scored 235 then 66. Please comment all. Oh yes, before the Bridgetown nightmare, it was the Durban nightmare. I mean, South Africa had managed 230.
Bridgetown is no more a nightmare though.
Now it's not. Durban also is not a nightmare. We have had some memorable wins in Durban. So 1996, what happened? 235 South Africa made. India were raced out for 100. With Alan Donald and Sean Pollock really troubling us. And if you looked at it, it was Venkatesh Prasad who took a 10-wicket haul. Then India could have restricted to South Africa to under, you may say, 300. But Brian McMillan had a good stand. And then Venkatesh Prasad took 5 wickets. Second innings, 66 all out. With Rahul Dravid, the top scorer, with 27 out of the 66. Tendulkar undone by an absolute peach. Alan Donald getting the ball to nip back in. Off stump, cartwheeling out of the ground. So, Khalil Ahmed is going to start the proceedings, and I think who are all there? Madhavere, I could see one.
Yeah.
And who's the other?
Probably isn't Kaya?
No, Kaya's injured.
Right?
Oh, he's injured, right?
Kaya's injured. So, I think it would be
Let's just check, we'll figure it out.
Johnson?
No, just go there. Yeah. It's Richard Angar.
No, that's a bowling.
That's the wrong scorecard.
Yeah, so...
No one seems to know.
Yeah.
Wait, we'll just... okay, I think Zimbabwe have an uphill task yet again.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I think one was Madhavere and the other... No, Wellington... Hamilton's a proper batter. Wellington isn't a proper batter. So...
It's Marumani.
Timison Marumani. Okay. Timisem. So 2 slips and some bit of swing on offer. So we'll join you back for the match end for India versus Zimbabwe. Hopefully India takes a 2-1 lead in the series. So from me, Shashwat and Shane, it is bye-bye.